What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick in here.
And in today's video, we're going to break down how to find wholesaling deals for free. We're going to show you exactly how to find every single possible real estate wholesaling deal imaginable, absolutely for free. There should be no excuse not to find your first, second, third, even your 100th, fourth, even your 100th wholesaling real estate deal absolutely for free. We're going to break down the tactics that nobody talks about. We're going to break down our top 10 free wholesaling methods for marketing, and we're going to break down everything you need to know about finding real estate wholesaling deals absolutely for free. So if this is something that's exciting to you, something you feel like you can get value from, and something, to flex on the gurus, just to do that, smash that like button and subscribe, comment below. And you know what they always say, right? That's from a movie, I think. Every time you smash the like button, another guru sheds a tear. It's beautiful. It just makes my heart fill. So guys, do us a favor, smash that like button, subscribe, and without further ado, we're going to break down how to find deals absolutely for free. We're excited to go. But here's the problem. Not everyone's jacked up for this. Guys, I'm excited. We're about to share everything out and show you exactly how to wholesale for free, guys. We have another day out here where we have the opportunity to help you guys absolutely for free. I don't know what else I need to do to get you guys excited, but I know we got a hype man behind the scenes right here ready to go. So
no bells here.
Let's go it. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Let's go. I'm excited, guys.
That's the energy you need finding these motivated sellers, man.
We're excited. We're excited. So we're going to share everything you need to know absolutely for free today. No course, no gimmicks, none of the stuff. Just absolute value to teach you guys wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. So if you guys are excited, ready to go, let's break it down. So you're excited?
Dude, I'm about to jump out of this chair.
Go! I'm excited. So let's break it down, guys. Let's go from top 10 free marketing lists methods you can be doing to finding real estate wholesaling deals. So let's break it down. So number one, let's go from 10. Let's go from 10. So 10 from 1. So number 10, this is the IRS debt lien list,
Ooh.
the credit card debt lien list, and the tax lien list. This is basically a list of everyone who is quote unquote behind on their taxes from the IRS. These are people behind on their credit card payments and people that are not paying their taxes. This is an absolute killer list, guys and gals. I don't know. I would be shocked if.
Why would somebody be a motivated seller if they're behind on their tax lien or a credit card?
Because they're not paying it. If they're not paying for their taxes, if they're not paying for other things, they're probably not taking care of the property.
Probably not taking care of the mortgage.
Yeah. Could be a pre-foreclosure on top of that. There's a lot of motivations why someone would want to sell their property from this. So the question here comes, how do I actually pull this list, right? And all you really got to do, remember, guys, we sound like broken records. I say it a million times. I'll talk to somebody. I'll always get this question back. What do I do when I want to get started for free in this business? Bottom right-hand corner right there, freewholesaling.com. It is the largest wholesaling group by members in the entire country, probably in the history of wholesaling real estate in under a year. Kind of insane we were able to do that, but hey, that's what happens when you give everything out for free. So number 10 here, IRS debt lien list. So you go to the county clerk of the court, go public records, and you can actually go and pull all the liens. If you go by Internal Revenue Service liens, I'll say this, we love the Internal Revenue Service. They're great people. We love them so much. They're watching. You got to be nice. We love them so much. They're the greatest people on the earth.
Customer service is amazing.
I love them so much.
I love waiting 4 hours on hold to find out how I can pay my taxes.
Okay, we got to be nice to them, okay? I don't want people looking at it. We love the IRS. They're great people.
I'm a longer term client than you.
Oh my
for now. I guess you are the long-term client.
They're going to replay this on the audit, and then you're gonna have a fun time with this.
I
So,
love the IRS.
we love
They're
the IRS.
amazing. I mean, you're just doing phenomenal work with the
Great,
administration.
great
Thank
stuff.
you.
Great stuff. So what I can tell you is just look at them. Credit card is a little different. Obviously, you got to go by liens. Now, it's not going to scream out there like credit card list. Some cool parts, you go to like listrei.com or zachdata.com, and they can actually pull the other lien list. A lot of it's credit card debt lien list. You could do like a Discover, a Capital One, Bank of America.
What's in your wallet?
A lien, right?
What's in your wallet?
The thing is,
It's a heck of a catchphrase.
we're getting a lot of commercials when these basketball games we're watching. But what I can tell you right now is if you actually look at these credit card companies, just search them, you'll find them. They'll be on the debtor, right? The debtor part there. And then you can find it there, and then the person's name, and then taxes. Pretty simple. It'll pretty much the tax liens pop up automatically. What you can also see here, if you want, is if you can go to, there's technically like 3 ways to do it, but just go to the lien list, and it should pop up pretty easy. Now you find their name, put their name in the property appraiser, see if the person who's behind with the credit card company owns real estate, then go contact them go contact them there. TruePeopleSearch.com or use ZachData.com for your skip tracing, whatever one you want. Number 9, these are pre-foreclosures. Pre-foreclosures is technically when someone's 3-4 payments right now.
They're basically behind on their payments, and the bank is saying, listen, you better do something or we're going to file a lawsuit. So I like pre-foreclosures. It's kind of the sweet spot in doing deals because think about it. If you ever got like a late notice, which when I was younger, I got a lot of them, and they say, listen, when you first get that notice, it freaks you out. It's this very official letter, and you open it up and you go to your significant other or your partner and say, oh my God, what are we going to do? They're going to take the house. And usually if there's some good advertising around, either a letter, a cold call, an SMS, that's a great opportunity to connect with them because they're looking to take action. Now, look past 3, 4, 5 months payments. And then have you ever noticed, you ever got a late payment? The card turns from like a nice green or yellow to like red, warning, urgent. And then once you get that, a lot of them they start to get numb to it. And then fast forward, it goes all the way to the date. The property goes to auction. And if you're ever familiar with this, now they want to work with you. Oh, now I want to work with you, Rick. I know 9 months ago, you told me I need to do this. Well, the problem is when you get an auction date, it's hard. The liens are massive by this time. You got lawyer fees, you got liens all over it. And then it requires a court action through a lawyer to even stop the foreclosure process. To be honest with you, pre-foreclosure is where it's at. If you can catch them in that stage, it's much, much easier. I promise. Tell me in the comments here, do you guys have people reach out to you, say, hey, listen, I've got a sale date or an auction date in X amount of days? I'm here to tell you, if it's within 30 days, it's a lot of work. And the problem is there's not a lot of equity left in those houses, and the fines and the liens are so high, I don't even know if there's a deal in there. So catch them in pre-foreclosure. It is the sweet spot for a motivated seller. Beat the procrastination. Procrastination is when they call you with a sale date. In my experience, it's very, very hard unless it's an extremely targeted property you've been after for a long time.
Exactly. So that is number 9.
Number 9.
Our whole pre-foreclosure guide is at freewholesaling.com, where we actually break it all down. FYI for everyone here. And you have to be educated when you speak to pre-foreclosures, and we show the entire process.
Yeah.
So number 8 is garage sales and for sale by owners.
Ooh, garage sales. So no, I don't want you to go to garage sales and buy trinkets. Okay. I'm here to tell you, you can actually go. What does garage sales have to do with buying distressed property? Well, I'm here to tell you, one of the first, and I found this out by accident, the first move you ever find out on a property a lot of time is there's a garage sale. So when there's a garage sale, it's either going to be the owner or the tenant. Perfect. Both of them are perfect motivated sellers. So in the first one is the owner. Before they list a property, before they contact a wholesaler or anything, they have a garage sale. Usually you get rid of the stuff out of what? The garage. And then all the stuff on the inside of the house. Guys, this is a perfect opportunity to go to the garage sale and reach out physically face-to-face with the seller and just see if there's any interest in selling the property. Why? Because you're first. And if you're first, you have the best shot at getting it. And I'm going to tell you, the garage sale will tell you, I can drive by a garage sale and tell you what the condition of that house is before I even go. If everything's like perfectly organized, the clothes are perfect on hangers, or then you go by and like all the clothes are on top of the furniture, there's stains all over the furniture. Like, guys, these people need help. The other one is when the tenants do a garage sale. They go, Rick, I don't understand. Listen, tenants do a garage sale for a midnight move out. So they haven't paid the rent in a month or two, and maybe it's a lazy landlord or they're dragging along the court process, is they want to sell their stuff to get as much cash to get a fresh start for a down payment on a new place or a deposit. So they put out all the furniture, and you can go to these garage sales and find out. You don't even have to go to the garage sales forum. All you want to look up is find the absentee owner, and that's simply a person that owns the property that doesn't reside there. If you contact them and let them know, hey, there's a garage sale going on, 9 times out of 10, you will surprise the owner. And you know what that does? That gives you the first chance at buying the property. So a lot of times I would look up the garage sale and I'd find out an absentee owner, and then I'd call him, and the owner's like, what do you mean there's a garage sale there? And a lot of times that is their first notice that their property, that their tenants are moving out. So you can be a hero by coming by and actually solving this problem and helping them out. Guys, garage sales, they are phenomenal. And if you haven't used them. So how do you find garage sales? It's real simple. Just go to your local, Facebook has entire garage sale groups for your area. Look for them by city. You can Google it, get a list of the garage sales. And honestly, I would look up the absentee owners, and then you can either skip trace them, drive by, talk to them, or send them a letter and be the first person to contact them. Guys, it is a gold mine. People have garage sales because they have life-changing events, and you need to take advantage of it.
Definitely. It's an amazing one. Also is the Zillow for sale by owners. Absolutely an amazing list. I love the Zillow for sale by owners. Fizbos. You guys see me cold calling them all the time. Amazing list. Definitely list you guys should be going after. So Zillow for sale by owners, cannot recommend it enough. You guys see me cold call it. I show everything at freewholesaling.com. Great list to be going after. Number 7 is the arrest record list. People get arrested, right? Truth of life, right? And a lot of these people own properties. So this is going to be a great little list that you can pull from the sheriff's department, basically sometimes just online when you're looking things up. I love this list. And a lot of deals we've been finding have been on the arrest record list, especially lately. It's definitely why. And another reason why I say is because nobody targets this list.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it. They can't make money off of you from this, and they don't like it, right? So the arrest record list is going to be an absolute critical list to be going after. So definitely be going after it. Not a lot of wholesalers know how to do it right. If you go to the sheriff's office and actually go there or call them, you're not going to get in trouble. Like everyone thinks they're going to get on like a special investigation list. It's public record.
It's a very public record.
So it's definitely a good list to be going after. And then one of your favorites, which is bail bondsman, right?
Yeah, bail bondsman. So if you guys ever thought about this, I found this out by accident. So a bail bondsman's just simply when a person gets arrested and the judge sets a hearing for bond, the purpose of a setting bail is to ensure the person shows back up for their day in court and they don't leave town. So what happens is if they set a bond at $100,000, you can get what they call a bail bonds, and they earn a 10% premium. So they get paid $10,000. For the bail bondsman to be secure, just like when anybody else loans out money, is they want to make sure you show up their court date so they can lien the property. Most people are arrested, their only asset is their family's house. And I found this out by accident. There was a lien on a property that I was trying to buy. I went over to the bail bondsman and I found they had like 36 properties and they had these 4 that they had to sell. Now I'm going to warn you, these are very, very sharp people. Like they've been doing this. Most bail bondsmen are like generations of families that do it. So the key is they put liens on properties. People don't perform on their promise and then they foreclose on the house. Once again, if you have a connection with a bail bondsman, it puts you in the first position. Now, you don't want to go and knock on their door every day, but go by, get familiar with them. And Simply, if you want to find a list of bail bondsmen, just Google it in your area. Just put in your city and bail bondsmen. There's usually 2 or 3 dominant ones, and just get to know them and let them know if they ever have a property they need to sell. Remember, they sometimes want to get that property sold. Why? So they can collect their premium and get paid. It's just like if you had a lawyer in probate, he's got a $5,000 fee due, sell the probate so they can get paid. It's no different in bail bondsmen. Guys, when somebody's stuck in jail, and especially a family member, the family will put up the house to protect them. And a lot of times that person doesn't live up to their fulfillment. That's why bail bonds are a wonderful place to look for motivated sellers.
Definitely. Number 6 here, JVing and or co-wholesaling, right?
Yeah.
JVing is an amazing one. We make hundreds of thousands per year just JVing with our sellers. JVing with other wholesalers. And it's amazing. You know, like a lot of wholesalers lose deals because they can't find a buyer or they don't know what to do. And if they JV, a lot of them could salvage those deals.
Yeah.
And hey, we make a good amount of money doing it. Hey, not going to be upset. So again, everyone asks, what's your real play? You know, why are you getting everything for free?
What are you guys doing? What's your scam?
What are you doing? What's going on here? I'm like,
not, guys.
People send us deals we do well. So the truth is, we JV with you guys, and it's amazing. And I'm telling you, you don't have to JV with us. You can JV with each other. That's what the comments are for, right? I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So guys, always network in the comments.
Yeah.
I always recommend it. Go in Facebook groups and network. Facebook has so much untapped potential still, and it's amazing. So guys, if you don't have a Facebook account, you need one. And I'm not saying this because you could be whatever, privacy type rights guy you want or gal.
You're a Mark Zuckerberg type of guy.
Oh my gosh. But I'm telling you right now,
brilliant.
There's just too much money to be made on Facebook just for JVing that you should even just do a professional page and it's going to be fine. Any private info you think you have, the government's got it.
Guys, when I started out wholesaling, I was really good at connecting with motivated sellers. I was terrible at selling my deals. So I JV'd probably 30 or 40 deals early in my career. And I was happy because I focused so much that I dropped the ball in dispositions, and other people come in and go, listen, I got a really good cash buyers list. I gave my rules and it was a good fit. So if you want to JV somebody, and make sure you get someone that complements what you do. So if you're really good with acquisitions, get someone who's good with dispositions. If you're really good with dispositions, you need an acquisitions person. Don't get 2 strong acquisitions people and you don't have any type of buyers list, because that's not going to help your business out. So find someone that you can bet that's trustworthy and going to do what they say. And if it helps you out get started, hit it out of the ballpark. But remember, you guys are looking for win-win situations. If someone tries to run you over, that's not a JV. That's a person you don't want to do business with. So if you can create a win-win and help grow your business while you learn, go for it.
100%. So JV co-wholesale, go after it, guys. Number 5, fire damage properties. So many properties go on fire every single year, and it is an amazing list. So many people may make money from it. The thing is, everyone thinks, especially when you're dealing with fire damage properties, that like every house like goes absolutely on fire, right? Like every house just burns to a crisp. And a lot of these are like little kitchen fires.
Toasters, they're real bad.
Toasters are terrible, guys.
Toasters, this kid burns a toaster down like there's no tomorrow.
Gosh, we're not going to break down me a 10. But I can tell you right now that fire damage properties, they're absolutely amazing lists. And you go to your local fire department, you go to
you don't need
firehouse.
a police scanner, like listen live when the fire's there and show up there with a fire hose.
They have to give you the list, and you can do FOIA requests, all that. But these are really good lists, guys. You have to be going after these because so many deals you can do from the fire damage property list that you should be going after.
Yeah.
And go call the local firehouse. The reason why is because there's tons of motivation and nobody's pulling this list. Nobody outside of us really talks about it. And we're excited to share exactly how to do it for free.
I find a lot of people are scared of fire damage houses. Listen, you bring in the same professionals to assess what the repairs on it, and you have to go through some structural reviews. But remember, you're getting significant discounts to do this. So don't be scared of it. Remember, you don't have to be a structural engineer or a contractor. You're going to bring those people in. You just got to find the discount, help solve a problem. And I'm telling you, they're golden. I was horrified of fire damage houses. I just assumed they're all going to like cave in.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot more since then, but I've seen them burnt all the way to the ground to a tiny little kitchen fire, and they happen all the time.
Yeah. There's plenty of money to be made from those. So it's definitely one I'm recommending. So the next one here is going to be number 4. Number 4 is the water shutoff list. If you lived in a house without running water, it is not fun, right? And it's definitely not something you want to be dealing with, right?
Well, there's certain things you just can't do.
We'll leave it at
Literally,
that.
you
We'll leave
can't
it at
do
that.
to do.
So, yeah. So, it's a great list to be going after, guys. The water's not running the house. There's definitely a huge motivation. And if they can't even pay for the water bill, there's probably a lot of other things we can be going after there on the list. So water shutoffs are great. Go to a local public, make sure it's a public utility department, and get that list. You will be shocked how many deals you can get from that list, right?
Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's crazy. But like, think about it. It's more valuable than when they get their electric shut off. I've watched people sit in houses without electric.
Oh.
Try running your household without water. And just we don't have to get graphic here, but it's a challenge. Like, there's just things you can't do.
Yeah.
And that means the house really needs to be liquidated and sold. And almost guarantee you it's going to take cash to move it. So,
oh, yeah. So number 3 here is going to be code violations. I mean, come on, guys.
Guys, these things made me. So when I was clueless when I started wholesaling, code violations was everything. I would go get the list. And guys, if you're asking, oh, it's hard to get it. No, you go down to your county or your city office and you ask for a code violation list. Just go to the building department or whatever department deals with it. Now, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get some resistance. In the old days, I used to bring a dozen donuts. It was a whopping $3.50 for a dozen donuts. It's about 3 times that price now. And I just gave the girl donuts and I got the list and it was over. And then she emailed me for the next 4 years. And just that one task created millions of dollars of income for me. Now, fast forward today, it's not a quiet little secret. And most of you guys have to go through a complicated coaching program and pay big fees to figure this out. The same thing works. You just have to finesse it more. You have to be persistent. It is a public list. These people are paid with your tax dollars. So you have the right to them. They're going to scare you and tell you got to meet with the city attorney. Say, great, when can I meet with them? Persistence wins. The person whose persistence will beat down the resistance every time.
Hands down. It's such an amazing list to be going after, as we've heard before.
And by the way, if they tell you to wait at any of these offices, I don't care what list you're getting, make sure you take a seat in front of the person that told you to sit down and just politely look over him and smile. I'm telling you, in 10 minutes, so like, this person's not going anywhere. It's one of my, if you go sit out of sight, they'll forget about you, but always just sit in sight with them. It creates an urgency and they're like, it's just easier to give this Rick guy the list and he'll get out of my hair.
Exactly. And JNL says this. They talk about this list all the time. Why do you think we talk about this list all the time?
It works.
It works.
And it's free, guys. It's so many guys are looking for like this magic pill. Like, if I pay this guy or gal X amount of dollars, they're going to give me this magic list. Honestly, I'm giving it to you. They got 20 years history doing this. There is no like secret list. I'm telling you, this stuff is out there. You just got to use it. Just because it's free doesn't mean it's bad.
I agree. So number 2, drawing for dollars, aka reverse drawing for dollars. So I love drawing for dollars. Is it free list? Technically, is it not? It's kind of up in the air if it's a free list or not. But I mean, if you're going to drive to the grocery store, you got to drive by. So
you don't need a tanker truck to do it.
No. So drawing for dollars is an absolutely amazing list to be going after, guys. So go in your car, look for ugly looking houses, write the address down, and just target these properties. Now, reverse drawing for dollars, if you want to go out here and pour gasoline on the fire in your business, put a yellow sticky note and just say, hey, this is Zach. I had a question about the house. Please call me, on every single drawing for dollars list out there. It is killer, guys. Nobody's doing it. It is absolutely one of the best things to be doing out here. And you can use that reverse drawing for dollars for every single marketing tactic we just said, except for co-wholesaling and JVing. Probably can't be doing that. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, you start reverse drawing for dollars, you're going to do really well. Just put those little sticky notes when you're drawing for dollars, or just draw for dollars in general. You're going to do extremely well. Most people don't do it, which means it will give you a huge advantage. And number 1, drum roll. People are going to guess it. So it's probates, guys. Come on. Like, what else is going to be?
So if you guys are new to probates is just the court process when a person passes away to transfer title to assets where they can't sign for. So typically there's a will. Sometimes there's not a will. and they're going to designate somebody, usually within the family. It doesn't have to be family. And they usually find the responsible party. So this person's known as the personal representative, aka PR, or the executor. And the idea is, if you can contact them, see if there's interested in selling the property. You can usually get a good deal because you beat everyone else to it. Why is it so great to do probates? It's simple. They're outdated properties. They have a ton of deferred maintenance. Guys, think about it. When someone is in the final stages of their life, their biggest priority is not taking care of the house, it's taking care of the family member. So it should be that way. And the last and favorite thing is, guys, these houses are vacant. And when you have a vacant house that needs cash, that needs a ton of repairs, that needs massive updating, you have amazing options as a wholesaler. So a little secret, I didn't start doing probates till 9 years into my career. I did it by accident first, and then I turned it into intentional. And here's the final secret. I could go on 5 hours on probates. They are still to date my highest profitable deals because of the facts I just shared with you guys. Now, getting your probates, here's the good news is it's a free list. You do not need to pay for these services. If someone's trying to sell you a probate list, I promise you, you're getting old, outdated, recycled information. You can simply go to your courthouse, either online or in person, and ask for the probate list in your county. And once you have that list, you go through, you find who the PR is, and you try to get their phone number and contact them. Now, a little secret, some of the states on the probate dockets, they actually put the executor's phone number and address on there. Now, they don't do that in Florida, but if you're one of those special states, amazing things can happen with it. Guys, if you're not using probates, you're missing out on, and here's the last great tip on probates. They're really cheap to do because if you get your own leads, they're not overwhelming. Guys, you can do probates and have a full-time job and a part-time job. That it's just really not that taxing. It's 50 or 60 leads a month. Even if you mail them a letter, it costs you like $200 a year to run that deal. And honestly, if you get one deal out of that $200 budget and you make a $30,000, $40,000 profit, your return is unbelievable. Guys, do probates, man. I love probates. I'll never stop talking about them. I do them this day. My only regret is I didn't start out doing them
earlier, right?
Earlier, yeah.
That's the truth. So that is our top 10, but we have something else here, obviously.
Uh-oh.
How do we market these lists? Like, Zach and Rick, you showed us the right list, but how do you market these type of lists, right? And let's break down. So how do we market this? So now we have the list. How are we actually going to market to it, right? So number one, cold call. Like, come on. What else am I going to say, right? What's the best free method to go after a free list? Cold calling, right?
100%. The fastest, quickest, most efficient way to do it.
We already did our whole cold calling tutorial. Everything's at freewholesaling.com. 2, SMS text blasting like a Google Voice if you want. Guys, you already saw I did the free auto dialer. It should be going into free wholesaling soon, but just watch the video if you want to get it at it now. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that. Or just slide in the DMs. I'm telling you right, just DM these sellers. You have a probate and you can't reach this person. Or like, let's say, for example, you're like in your neighborhood, right? This childhood home and this abandoned house for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And like the person, passed away and it's just been sitting there for years and you can't contact the heir. Just DM these person. Like and you can actually tell when they read it.
Yeah.
Because they give you a read receipt on like Facebook. You'll figure out pretty quick.
Yeah, these social media tools to contact people, like phone numbers, trust me, phone number is valuable. But I'm telling you, if you can get the DM or the PM, or am I missing any acronyms here? DM, PM, whatever it is. I get people like all the time, like contact. I'm like, how the heck did they get it? And I think it's like really cool. So as time goes on, more and more people accept social media. Even the older people like me, we use it. And let me tell you, people have their phones on them 24/7. And the key to contacting someone is, will they read it? We all know email is terrible for like connection rates with sellers. So we know text is very, very high probable. Would you say it's like 90, 95% unless it gets filtered out?
93, 94%.
And I would say social media is probably 40, 50% just because people like me sometimes don't know how to open up the chat box or whatever it is.
Will. And it's gonna be very well. So SMS text blasting, DM these people, absolutely amazing. But those yellow sticky notes on their house, I mean, it's practically free. You can probably steal some from the local office or something, or door knock. You know, I like sticky notes. It's just like door knocking, except you don't have to talk to anybody, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. And the cool thing with sticky notes is you're like, well, you know, my hands kind of fall off right now. I go, guys, you're talking about a guy, and my wife used to help me hand dress envelopes when I started doing this because I knew I would get a higher open rate.
Yeah.
I need everybody on this live to have that attitude to get really good motivated like deals, because that's what it takes. You constantly have to up your game. Here I am 20 years later. Now I'm talking about DMs, PMs, cold calling stuff I never even heard about when I started, because you have to expand. You have to have the attitude. I will do anything to get this deal within my legal, ethical, and as long as it fits my morals, then do it. Now the sticky notes, you can do a stamp on it, or you can get creative. There's companies for very, very cheap that will actually print like 500 to 1,000.
Or you can get a stamp.
You get the stamp.
I'd rather do a stamp.
You can do the stamp because you can kind of control it. Or if it's more cost effective, you can have the company pre-print it and you have a stack like this.
Yeah.
And it just saves you a ton of time. And it's like pennies to do the printing. It's not a lot of money. So
that's true. So guys, that is it. That is how you get free wholesaling deals. I think that's pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to talk to our guys one-on-one. We will open up the comments to go. We're going to rate some comments, but only on one condition on the comments. I'm looking at the Flip with Rick YouTube channel right now. We are currently at 43 likes. I'll look at the Zach Ginn one. So we're going to have to get at least 150 likes on the Zach Ginn channel. Sorry, on the Flip with Rick channel. Actually, no, 100 likes on the Flip with Rick channel. And on the Zach Ginn channel, we're going to need at least 50. So I need 150 and 50. And then on top of that,
can we call that our fee?
We're going to have 3. All right. So guys, everyone knows we actually have 4 YouTube channels. Kind of crazy, but we do have 4 YouTube channels.
And why do we have 4 channels?
We've been aggressively expanding everything we kind of have, just because we're having unique content on each one. So what we're going to do is it's going to be kind of harder. All you got to do is go to Flip with Rick and then go to channels, and it'll show you the Rick Ginn channel on here. Let me go pop it up. We'll see this. Let's pop it up. And we also have a Wholesaling Houses for Real channel. So I'll go to Flip with Rick just to show you how to like follow the channels. Each one, we're kind of expanding the way we're doing our content. Each one is going to have exclusive videos on each one. So the Zach Ginn one's going to have exclusive Zach Ginn stuff. Rick Ginn's going to have exclusive Rick Ginn. Wholesaling Houses for Real is the one-on-one calls. Those are all going to be highlights from the one-on-one calls we do. And then the Rick Ginn channel, Flip with Rick's actually going to have exclusive stuff from that too.
You're going to like that one.
So I'm going to go here to the Rick Ginn channel. And we got a couple people watching. We're going to need at least 10 likes on that one too. So we're going to need 150, okay? To open up the comments, we're going to need 150, 50, and 10.
Yeah, and guys, the purpose of this, so like, hey, listen, if you connect with Zach, that's great. He offered some stuff on the channel I don't, and on my stuff, I talk about like just, you guys know I like to have fun. Like I like to keep it real. I like to kind of show you what a day in the life of like Rick Ginn is, and deals we're working on and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm old. Like, what can I say, man? I'm like a little bit different. And then the Flip with Rick is us combined together, and everything we do.
Flip with Rick is just kind of a combination of us giving everything. That's the OG. That's going to be always the biggest one. Zach Ginn's going to just be exclusive for Zach Ginn stuff. Rick Ginn's going to be exclusive.
It's not just video games, is it? Or
it's real estate stuff, right?
Okay.
I like to get some exclusive stuff, you know, because some people only know Zach Ginn, right? They don't know Rick Ginn. So we have 4 YouTube channels. I think we're the only person in wholesaling that kind of has something like a network like this.
But it's got a purpose. So
it has
you guys can go, hey, listen, I want to deal with Rick's content. I need a little deeper analysis. So I do a lot of overview. I've been doing this 20 years.
I'll say the truth. So I'll say the truth. We can only upload 1 video a day per channel, and I want to do more. Like I have so much content I want to give out on wholesaling. We looked at like guys like Gary V. I like Mr. Beast. I like those type of guys. All those guys, Gary V's got like 6 channels.
Yeah.
All these guys have multiple channels, and we've kind of wanted to expand it from there. Because in my perfect world, we'd only have Flip with Rick. Okay. And what we do is we'd post a highlight from the live. we would post an exclusive video, and then
Yeah.
we'll live stream on top of that. And then there will just do a regular other video. I do 4 videos a day on here if I could, but it would not do well.
Yeah.
So that's why we have so much. And then obviously we post 13, 14 YouTube shorts and TikToks a day. It's crazy. But
Yeah. But like, guys, we're having fun with what we do and we enjoy it. And honestly, I can tell you, me and Zach are probably 2 of the people that I can't speak for everybody else in this business, but we truly enjoy what we do. Like, this is not taxing to me. I enjoy it.
We get asked why. I don't do 8 hours a day of Zoom calls like a guru. So I have a lot of free time.
Well, that's
on my
trading.
time.
That's trading time.
So I have a lot
dollars.
of free time on my hands. So I am able to go
So we
post
give our
all
free
these
time
videos
back. We give our free time back.
So I don't do 8 hours of it. So guys, that's how you do it. So we're gonna make sure we run up the likes on this and see what we can do. So
Our job is to get as many people involved doing wholesaling, getting financial freedom to get free so they can make decisions to better their lives. And honestly, this business is not complicated. I just find everybody trying to sell coaching in this business has majorly complicated. Wholesaling is simple. You guys didn't pay to learn your ABCs. You should never pay to learn wholesaling. It is a basic tool to get started in real estate investing. And we're here to teach you the whole thing free. If you've never done this before, do me a favor, go over to freewholesaling.com. I have everything there for you. And there is no place to swipe your credit card. And you are not going to schedule a, what do they call it?
discovery call.
Discovery call.
Just right here, freewholesaling.com. So
Discovery call.
Let's break it down.
How about this? Hop on a call with me. Guys, dude, like, here's a disclaimer to everyone doing that. You have beat it to death. It's over. Everybody knows what you're doing on those calls. You're going to have to talk them into it. And by the way, here's the qualification. Do you have a credit card?
Just go to
It's a yes or no.
Just go to freewholesaling.com. So let's talk to some people here. So
let's do it.
Got Jeremiah.
Hi, can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah, what's up?
Is that
Hey,
the dancing
man,
cat?
I'm just calling to
Yeah.
check in. Really, I'm following the 90-day plan. I don't really have a question right now. I'm pulling probates. I'm trying to pull my probates right now, and I'm trying to pull some, what's this thing called? Some tax liens in Sacramento. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm sticking to it. And True People Search is it's time taxing, but I mean, it works. I take down like 12 numbers that I find. Is that kind of how you do it too?
I get the top 3 and that's it.
Top 3.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's my only question, man. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Well, I'm gonna stay in the live, but I'll talk to you next time.
Okay. Thanks, Jeremiah.
All right. Thank you.
You guys, we're ramping things up before the big challenge in June. So if you want to hop on the challenge, you get some free PropStream, get some free awesome stuff, some perks. I'm going to put the link on here for anyone to sign up for the challenge. The only criteria is you've never done a real estate deal. Never done actually a wholesaling deal. So you've never gotten an assignment check. All you got to do is go here to www.flipwithrick.com/June. You need the www in there right for now. Hop on there and you got to that'll sign you up for the challenge. The only people that are going to win the free PropStream, all the free stuff, free actual personal calls from us, all this stuff. It'd be cool to get FaceTime private from us. That'd be pretty fun. But if you want to get any of that exclusive content, you have to hop on the challenge. It's kind of like those weight loss things. You have to go give us all your info, what you're excited about, your goals, and then you're automatically in the challenge. Cool part about that is once you get your first deal done, you're a winner. You're getting something from us. Like if you go from not doing a deal to getting your first deal within a month with that challenge in June, which is gonna be fun. Remember, guys, we're traveling across the whole country. We're traveling around the world. We're going international in June, a little bit July, a little bit of August. We're kind of like for the next 3 months just traveling everywhere, just because we were cooped up for 2 years. All right, guys, we got cameras. We're still doing the content we have.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
We've actually been working our butts off the past 2-3 months, actually, recording so much extra videos.
Look at my butt off the last 20 years.
So that there's going to be a video a day on the Flip with Rick channel, the Zach Ginn channel, all of this stuff to actually go out here and sign up for the challenge. So definitely www.flipwithrick.com/June. Sign up for the challenge. No credit card needed, obviously. Like we don't charge or anything. We just want to put your name in the challenge. And then once you get a contract, I think maybe there'd be 50 people. Like to win all this free stuff,
Yeah.
you're getting something from me and us.
It's going to be unique that you can't get anywhere, for the most part, can't get anywhere else.
But like if there's only 20 people that got a real estate deal within a month starting out, it's a very high chance you're going to win something pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe get a free fishing trip. Maybe not. You never know.
Boy, it is hot out there, man. I don't know, man. I think
might like it.
somebody turned the summer sun on, because Mike, it's like a sauna out there right now.
Some
My
people
God.
are like, "Oh, I win a free fishing trip with you guys." I'm like, some days you do not want to be out there, but
yeah,
we'll break it down. So, Victoria, what is up?
Victoria, you there?
All right, Jason.
What's up? What's up? How you guys doing?
Jason? I feel like I know Jason personally now.
Oh my God.
I know you guys personally too. I know you guys probably got a lot of people waiting, so I just had a quick question. I was working the other day, and I seen a house that had a for sale sign on it. It was just a small for sale sign in the corner with like you could barely read the number, and so I called it, and the guy, he said he wants $250,000 for it. I wanted to ask you guys, I just want to run these numbers by you. The ARV on it is $310,000. It needs about $15,000 worth of work. And I got him down to $240,000, but he just will not budge from there. So do you guys think if I locked it up for 240 that would work?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of other factors that go into play that only like you know the stuff. What size of the house? How many bedrooms? Is it a desirable house for like a typical family? Because it is a lot of these is the guys. The tighter you get on your numbers, you got to know the demands there for the house. Like for an example, in my area, if we find a 322 of like a CBS nature, and it doesn't. Like 15 grand is kind of minor repairs these days. If we find that one and we're not getting the price we want, then we go to our dispo team. Like, what do you think you can move this for? Who's looking for a property right now? And that's how we do it. Now, we know the margins are going to be smaller, but why leave like money on the table? The second thing is you got to evaluate your risk. Is the house vacant? Is there somebody living in it? What's the story on the house right now?
It's vacant and it's actually fully furnished.
Okay. So listen, guys, I'm telling you right now, furniture, don't ever factor furniture in.
Yeah, no, I was just surprised by that. It's kind of
so
funny.
A lot of times sellers think furniture adds value. It only adds value if it's like a special Airbnb property and the furniture fits it. Most times people have terrible taste in furniture, including myself. So you don't want men ever they don't. We get comfortable stuff. I want like the cooler next to me with the remote and the vibrating chair.
Stands a fridge, couch.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so I can't tell you how much furniture I bought. Thought I was making a killing. And only to find out I had to pay $1,000 to remove all the furniture. So remember, guys, if a house is vacant when you're wholesaling, it has an intrinsic value because you can get away with a lot more options to sell the property and stuff like that. So you have to take all that information. And at the end of the day, like Jason, you have to make the decision what like your risk level is and if you can handle that, because we are in a little bit, we have a economy that's in a bit of a meltdown phase right now.
Right.
There's three pressures pushing on it. Obviously, the inflation is the biggest thing. And at some point it'll tap out. How's it going to tap out? The Federal Reserve is controlling the interest rates. Why is that important to us? Because the higher interest rates go, the less homes people can afford. So once you will go above your price median average, like on $700,000 to $800,000 homes, they, in my opinion, are going to be hit the hardest. Anything like 250, 300 and below, it's going to, the opposite effect is there's going to be more demand for it. Now, you just have to watch inventory levels. If they start to go up, then you need to take action and you can't reach as far. The last thing is, the current crisis going on overseas. And if you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, if any one or two of those factors subside, things could change for the better for the economy. But guys, I can tell you this, mortgages are way down. People are doing cash deals, but the higher end properties, the higher end condos, stuff like that, they are dropping rather quickly. So also, guys, keep an eye on luxury items, RVs, campers, especially boats. When you see those falling off the cliff, that's a good sign that people are not feeling wealthy anymore. And at some point, it will translate to real estate. I've always told you guys, real estate's the last one to the party in a bad economy. It always works that way because it takes time for interest rate and pressure to go down. Now, we've had low inventory levels, and that's why we're getting a nice cushion with real estate. But honestly, if we had neutral levels, it would still take 6 to 12 months to decline. So back in 2008, when the economy really melted down, it took 9 to 12 months before it really hit real estate. And remember, nobody was writing mortgages back then. So, Jason, it's up to you. You got to take, I know that's a lot of factors I wrapped in there, but you have to kind of put them together and make a decision on it. As you do more and more deals and you get more experience, you'll be extremely comfortable. In the beginning, it is nerve-wracking because I've been in
definitely nerve-wracking.
But the idea is you got to kind of look at your risk. I always tell you this. I think you can always be more aggressive when a house is vacant. I do not mess with home sellers that live in the house. It's their home. And if you disappoint them, it weighs on you. Like nobody likes to disappoint people. And you've got to keep that in mind with it. So
well, he's got eight other properties too. I noticed. I just looked. So
did you see if he's open to any creative solutions to that to make your offer work?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No.
So if you can build in any type of like seller financing in the deal, it'll make your deal more marketable to sell. I'm just
true.
Listen,
well, he lives. This was all over the phone too, by the way. He lives like 3 hours away. So
listen, like on these cases, what I always kind of go, well, the economy, like way things are going, if you can have a face-to-face or you can only do it virtually, you might as well take a shot at your offer. The worst he does is say no, and then that will open the door for you to offer him a creative solution.
Right.
And
I already went there. I already went there with him. I already offered him 200, and then I said, I'm going to talk to my partner. I called him back. I said, the next day, which was today, I said 220, and he's just sticking to that 240. He's like, I already gave you $10,000 off. Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, but you got there's closing costs, all sorts of stuff. But guys, I'm telling you right now, we're working with sellers right now. People are calling us back on offers they decline. Like the message is slow, and I'm just telling you guys, this is going to take till deep in the summer to fall. Before it washes out in real estate. But remember, the more inventory, the more room you have to negotiate on price. When people are snapping stuff up, but
people are bidding on houses for sale around here. I'm talking to people who just are buying houses. People are bidding them up, fighting for them. Yeah. So, and this is in a really nice neighborhood too, by the way. It's like 5-minute walk from the beach, by the way.
So you got to evaluate what you could sell it for, and you're gonna have to sell it quick. You sell your contract quick via assignment to make this deal work. I don't think you want to close on this one, so it's just gonna be too tight.
Yeah.
So at 200, no brainer.
Right.
At 240, it's like sometimes you take whatever you can get offered, and
that's
get on a contract and bring your buyers through there and just try to get the longest inspection period you got and go with it. You'd be surprised. Sometimes, like I have my guys do deals. I'm like, man, we're going to make like what, $10,000, and they turn around and we take down a $30,000 assignment. So like, I don't do dispo anymore because I was never good at it to begin with. And number two, I am so outdated on the market. I let my people tell me what they get, and they're constantly pushing it. But here's the good news. The headwinds haven't hit real estate super hard yet. Only the high end and the luxury is feeling the pain right now.
Right. But it's on the way though. It's on the way.
It's coming. The question is, how long is it going to go for? I don't know, but I don't think this problem's going to solve overnight, but I think you're looking at a problem by late summer, early fall that inventory should let up. But you know what?
Okay.
I can make predictions all day long. I have no idea. And anyone who makes a prediction is 100% lying because we don't know. If we
So-
look back 2 years ago, would you have predicted prices would go up this high or would they drop? 90% of the
question.
people said the prices would drop. We were wrong. I admitted I was even wrong. It takes a big person to say, listen, I'm wrong. So just stop guessing and just kind of look at the market for what it is today. The beautiful thing about wholesaling, guys, is it is today's prices. So stop worrying about pricing stuff 3 and 6 months down the road. If you can move it quickly and you have a really hot buyer's market, go for it. Just make sure you're protected. Get the longest inspection period you can.
And when you say longest, what do you refer to? Like 15 days or
whatever you think's long. I mean, I in a soft market, I've got 90 days to 180 days. In a hot market like this, you can get 10 to 14 days. That's not horrible. 30 days is perfect in my opinion, but it's a lot. But you got to have a reason to come up with it. You can't just throw out like 30 days. But remember, if you're giving them the better price, they should throw in like a few options for you to make the deal go through. Say, listen, I can do that, but here's what I need. Guys, if you ask for it, at least you have a shot. If you just assume you're only going to get 10 days, you're going to get 7. So
right. Okay, cool. Yeah, the biggest thing it needs is windows on it. The windows are like super foggy for some reason. I don't know why.
They're just expired. The gas seals leaked on them, and
I think that's what it is. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. I
let us
appreciate
know how it works out.
Yeah,
I will do. Have a great weekend.
Okay, you too, Jason.
Bye.
Boom.
See, so many people take wholesaling as like you have to price it today. We are not speculators and we're not rehabbers. It's up to the rehabbers to price the future price. That's why we do wholesaling, because I don't want to get caught with my pants down because I can't control the market. And that's why good wholesalers understand that we don't control the market. The market's going to dictate the price. If you have to hold a property 6, 12, or 18 months, you have no idea. You have no control over it. So that's why wholesaling is so valuable, because we price stuff today. I don't care if the market's up or it's down. It's priced today within 30 days. If he prices it accordingly, it should move.
I agree. So that is that. All right. Who else we got? We got Tim.
Tim, you there?
Tim.
Come back to Tim.
Corey.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm blessed, man.
I think Corey's going to teach us a thing or two here.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I was that smart.
No, listen. I'm here to tell you guys, I've been doing this 20 years. I learn every day. Like anyone who says they know it all, or if they're like super like ego inflated, I make a ton. I don't care how much money you make. That has no effect on your ability to learn new stuff. So it's true. We're constantly learning, because wholesaling is really about learning about people. And I can tell you this, man, I've been on this planet for a long time. I'm constantly learning new stuff about people, and I love studying people. And that's why you have to be open. The minute you know it all, you're done in this business.
I agree.
What's up?
Right. I had a couple questions about it. Seems maybe a little bit basic, but I'm wanting to try to start getting into SMS blasting. And I went back and watched, I've went through the course and watched all the content before. I went back and rewatched a lot of the content that you guys had on SMS blasting. And, I was wanting to watch the most recent content. And I know there's been a lot of changes in that realm of marketing lately. How current is your all's most current video as far as the legalities of SMS blasting, getting numbers flagged and just the way you go about doing it? I didn't know if I seen a video. It looked like maybe you guys had uploaded a couple months ago. I didn't know if that was still the current best practices, so to say.
Okay. So the practices change every day. So legality wise, nothing's changed. There's been no new laws for 2003, 2004. Like I think they updated TCPA 2003. So there's been no new laws for 19 years. So legality, I mean, you're not doing an auto dialer, and they're very, very vague. I kind of went over the FCC thing on Tuesday. So it's very vague. Now, if it's getting flagged or not, that's every day, right?
Yeah.
And it's mostly the carriers than anything. Yeah. Every text blasting service you'll ever use is 80% of them go through Twilio.
Yeah, I'm going to be using batch leads integrated with Twilio on there.
Yeah. So you're going, like, everyone's doing that. So basically what happens is you got to get super creative with your ad copy. That has never
Right.
changed. And there's some hacks, there's some not. What we found still works best is you just get them to answer back to you once,
Yeah.
and then you keep attacking them after that. And then usually the algorithm's like, okay, this person texts me back. This is a legit number. That's
I
always
just want to
been a
make
plan.
sure that when I'm sending these messages out to these lists of people, I want to be able to, for one, ensure that my messages are being delivered, and for two, my intention is not to sit there and have a conversation over text. If there's inclination that they want to sell, I want to get them on the phone. I don't
That's
want
the
to sit there and be
point, yeah.
talking about motivation and all that stuff on a text message. I know people that do it, and I just don't think it's very practical for one, or professional for two. So I just wanted to see, if those latest videos that you guys had on that, if the hacks and stuff that you guys talking about, and just techniques to make sure that your messages are getting delivered and things like that, if that was still current best practices and things like that. Because I don't want to be just throwing money away on it, but I definitely think the return will be there if I do it correctly.
So the best way of figuring out, unfortunately, is the school of hard knocks with yourself. You got to test it out. And that's going to be the best way of figuring it out. We figure out what works best for us is going out there and just saying, hey, I hate saying it because every time I give a script out for texting, everyone uses it, and then you can't use the script anymore. Your best script's something that you creatively figure out. But one I've always given out that I did before anyone did and gave me 97% delivery rates is, hey, is this John? I just drove by the house. I had a question. At 123. I just drove by 123 Main Street. I had a question.
Yeah.
Yes, this is John. What's up? Are you interested in selling your house?
Yeah.
That always goes through because the carriers are like, they want to figure it out because, hey, is this Zach guy, is he a bot? Like mass spamming, which they don't like, but they have to deal with? Or is this an actual person that is like, you just gave your number? Now, the reply to stop thing kind of ruins a lot of it, but unfortunately, that's what you have to do now.
So that was going to be my next question, is if you have to put those opt-out messages in there, the reply to stop thing that you were just, is that...
Gotta deal with it, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's so many people have ruined the party that you're going to have to take what's in it. So but what works?
I just look at everything and I'm like, I wish I could have started doing it like 2 or 3 years ago and it was simple.
I already told you when I started texting.
You were doing it for like your personal phone, right?
No, I was using Lead Sherpa, and Lead Sherpa. Shout out to
recommend.
We don't recommend anymore. But back then, though,
it was.
Oh
amazing.
my gosh, they were the goats. 5-6 numbers. It was $300 a month, and I got unlimited texting, and I did hundreds of thousands of texts saying, "Are you interested in selling your property cash?" Boom, 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 boom. Oh my gosh, it was great.
It was just an automatic qualifier,
so it was
a numbers game. So,
it was money. They gave me unlimited texting for like $300.
Yeah,
it was the best. And then obviously people like me ruined it. I mean, if you're gonna let me text 300,000 people in a month for $300, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then eventually, they got a little weirder on it. Then they started limiting things, and I'm like, all right, well, let's try Batch. And then Batch worked a lot better because I used the spinner tokens.
Yeah.
And that worked really well. And we still use Batch because they're on top of the laws and everything. Now, texting's getting harder, obviously. That's everything, right?
I'm wanting to try to use it as like a supplemental method because obviously cold calling is king for me. But
I'm not going to stop that. But I would test it out because some markets I've been finding it's hot. Some it just it isn't.
Yeah, it's very area specific. So you're gonna have to kind of like you just got to test it and don't go all in. Test it, and then do a smaller quantity of numbers, and then you can extract your KPIs out of there and see if it's worth your ROI. Like some deals, they're just the investment's not there, and you got to know it. So whenever you shift, like we know when we shift to when we do our virtual markets, we do small sets of data, spread it over like 5 or 6 zip codes, and you just unfortunately. The truth is it's a moving target. And so it's like you get a general area, you come up with a general budget. So many people go to me like, hey, Rick, how do you make direct mail work? I go, I'm consistent and I test it. I know where the gold is. And I know if I spend X amount of dollars, what I'm going to yield. Why do you think these guys put millions of dollars in all this like gold refinery equipment? because you know what they do? They extrapolate it per yard of dirt. So if you think about it, they run 100 yards to get an ounce. And you got to start looking at numbers like that when you do it. You can't go, I just spent $700 on text. What's going to happen? Guys, keep in mind, Corey's got experience, so he's made some money, and now he wants to expand. He didn't start out doing it like this.
Been doing okay lately.
Yeah, so you just kind of test it out. You also have to ask yourself, am I going to get help doing this? Am I going to drive yourself crazy? Guys, I've always told you, we run a very small, lean team in wholesaling because I don't want to drive myself nuts. I've done the full staff. I've done the office. I don't want to sit at a desk 50, 60 hours a week. I got into wholesaling. I always remind you of my why. It's for freedom. This guy was, when I started, how old were you?
2?
Yeah.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3. So it goes by like that. So, but I'm able to spend a ton of time with him. And I constantly remind myself whenever I have a frustration or I'm upset with a business deal, I'm like sometimes you just got to sit back and go, you know what? You need to be grateful for where you're at in your journey. Honestly, if I could just pay my mortgage and pay the diapers and the food bill, I was happy. And I'm like, okay, I want to get out of this. I want to have some money. And here I am 20 years later. It's like night and day. I don't even have to work. I do this because I love it. For some reason, a lot of people hate wholesaling. You know why they hate wholesaling? It's not wholesaling. Is they turned it into a job. And I don't want you to do that. So just make sure you pick it accordingly. I love probates. I love direct mail. He loves cold calling. He loves texting. He's very good with talking to people. And that's how we taught our staff. And do what you love and what you like. And you'll never get it. So just test it out. I think some of the stuff's going to work and some of it's not. It's just the truth.
Yeah. I was just looking back at a bunch of I keep, Google spreadsheets of everything, of all the old skip trace lists I have that I've already dialed through multiple times. And I'm like, surely not all these numbers are bad. Surely not all of these leads are dead. These prospects are still good. What can I do to try to generate a little bit more return off of these? And I was like, well, I'm dialing through these several times and then just putting them in a folder. Why don't I dial through them? Then I SMS blast them while I dial my new list. And I was like, I started thinking about it and I was like, I think that's what I'm going to try to do here.
So guys, that's a good tip. If you have a current list, you can cross-reference it. So you can text your cold calling list, vice versa. And if you want to spend some money on direct mail, you can direct mail them. You've already paid for a lot of this information, especially if you skip trace it. So if you can harvest it, it would be the same as the leftover tailings that when someone digs for gold. I like watching those gold shows because I kind of feel
still find a couple ounces in there sometimes.
Yeah, so go through your tailings and see if you can recycle them, see if you can pull a deal or two out of there, guys. And don't overlook the easiest one of them all. You know what the easiest one of them all is, Corey?
I would say probably for me, easiest method.
The easiest method to recycle, to go back and go, okay, how can I find 1 or 2 more deals in the money I've already spent? Guess what the secret to this is? It's so easy. It's going to hit you in the face.
I don't know. Let's hear it.
Just follow up. Go back to your old dead leads. What's changed?
Yeah.
The economy's changed. Inflation's way up. And time and circumstances change. And sometimes the person you sent a cold call to and they didn't respond, they might respond to a text. They might respond to a mailing. I don't know, even a sticky note of driving for $. But guys, follow-up is everything. So many wholesalers go and they hit. The biggest thing you got to understand in wholesaling, it's timing. Not everyone's ready to sell at that time. People need to prep. It takes time. And when somebody moves, honestly, it is usually a 3 to 9 month decision in totality.
And so I actually just closed a deal yesterday. I put the post is waiting on approval on the Facebook page of the check, but I posted the pictures. Just a quick, simple, easy deal, just quick 5K assignment, but in and out on that in less than 20 days from contract to close.
There you go.
Awesome.
But it was actually a follow-up. Yeah. When I initially talked to them, they just finished the probate. So they wanted some time. I followed back up with them and got the contract and got it closed. So if I would have followed up, I would have never got that deal.
Yeah. So look at how you can get any type of help in your follow-up, because you don't have to spend any more money, and maybe you get a VA or someone to help you out. Guys, so many, we're looking for brand new leads, constantly go through your old leads. You already paid for them. They reached out to you for some reason. I don't even care if you go, you think it's a dead lead, you would be surprised. And for you newbies, go find a wholesaler's dead leads because they'll give them to you all day long.
Oh yeah.
And just say, listen, if I do a deal, I'll split it with you. That's a great way to work your way in.
I actually just assigned another wholesaler's dead lead. They couldn't do it. They couldn't work it as a wholesale deal. The numbers didn't work. I got it under contract as a seller finance deal, and I assigned it to somebody who is building a rental portfolio. And they were
There
like,
you go.
I can get it on terms. So I'm making a couple grand off of it. And I did literally no marketing on that. I'd reached out to them originally, and they told me, yeah, it's already under contract. And I said, well, if anything changes, give me a call. And the minute that wholesaler backed out on them, they called me.
Yeah. So guys, keep thinking expanding. It's not always about spending more money. It's just like, okay, how can I work smarter? And I'm telling you, do this little trick. If you guys have dead leads, you haven't worked it, go back through and call them all and say, listen, I know I called you earlier. And just say, listen, you open to a creative solution. Maybe you would be surprised with, inflation's weighing on a lot of people. They're looking for options. So it is a perfect time to go back and follow up on your follow-ups.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I'm excited to see the 90-day challenge. I think that's awesome, man. Just watching all these people just get going and everything. I'm looking back, I was like, man, I didn't think I would ever be able to even do this, and now here I am.
Of course, he's qualified, right?
Oh, he's done.
He did it when it was like, they go, what are these guys talking about? Let me just give it a shot here. Like, you're like, what do you got to lose? Yeah.
So that's what I was like at the time. I was like, it seems hard, but I mean, I'll try. Worst case scenario, I failed. I just keep working my 9 to 5. But here I am. I'm like, don't work a regular job anymore. Wholesale 24/7.
You're just.
If I want to go out on the lake one afternoon on the boat, I'm going out on the lake on the boat, taking the kids out there.
Beautiful. That's anytime you want to go, let me know.
Oh yeah.
So I greatly appreciate what you guys are doing here, and I look forward to watching the channel grow and everything.
Awesome.
Of course,
we appreciate you. Thanks,
appreciate
Corey.
you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
So cool, man.
Good one. Love that.
So many people just overlook like their current leads. And like, before you go out and spend any money, guys, look at your current leads. Sometimes, here's a little secret. When I just couldn't connect with certain types of sellers, I would actually get my wife to reach out to me. You know why? Because a female sometimes connects more with a female than a male does. And sometimes just a different tonality and a voice, the response is different. So guys, don't go out there and bury your wife and have her make all these cold calls for you. But I'm just telling you, every now and then I would find like a lead. I'm just not quite connecting with her, but I know they need to sell. And I would say, my wife, can you just kind of call and just talk to them and see if you can get some information? And she was really good. Now, it's not to having your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your aunt, but by having them do that, it just flips the conversation and catches the seller a little bit off guard, and they might give you a little bit more information. Guys, it works, but don't blame me for that if your wife's like, Rick told me to have you cold call everyone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it ain't going to work. But if you have a select one where there's a shot, tell your significant other what the buy-in is for them, and you'll be happy in the end. So will she. I
agree 100% there. So let's bring on, here we go, Jonathan. Can you hear me, Jonathan?
Hey, how's it going, Zach?
What's up? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm blessed, man.
So yeah, it's my first time here. Yeah, just had a couple questions. Well, how's it going? Yeah, I got my little office here in my closet. Don't ignore that.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah, I always wanted to get on here, but I always work till like 5 o'clock over here in Phoenix. So I switched my schedule to get out at 1:30 so I could be on the live.
Awesome, man.
I love it, man.
Love it,
What's
man.
up? How can I help you out? What's up?
So yeah, I had a couple questions really. So I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona. So many wholesalers, so many realtors here. I was trying to figure out, do you guys recommend looking, searching up fire damage properties here in Phoenix? Because I tried Probates, but every time I reach out to them, they already have like 10 other people calling them.
So there's multiple things you can do. What I would tell you is try it. Try your local firehouse and then the fire department. Just try it. There's not much to lose, right? Try it out.
Okay. And maybe I'm overthinking it here, but it was an idea I had.
Okay.
Would this work here in Phoenix? I know everybody's trying to buy a house here in Phoenix. Everybody's trying to move here. Would it be smart to get off market properties and get it close to what the ARV is. Since it's so many people want it, try to assign it like that when it's so close to the max ARV.
Explain that one more time.
So like I'm trying to think of the question, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
So
I think what he's saying is, what if, because the demand's so high in Phoenix and it's a
Right.
popular place to go in, and I don't know what you guys are putting in the water over there, but you're saying like get it close to slightly below retail and then
Oh,
trend
yeah.
it like that. I think that's
You
what he's trying to
can.
say.
There's 15, 20, $30,000 deals in Phoenix all the time still. Just it's a lot more saturated, right?
But keep in mind, I'm always going to tell the truth on this channel. That's not wholesaling. It's not. It's just there's a play in it. Don't get me wrong, but the amount of drama you're going to go through with realtors and buyers to do that is the problem. Is the transaction costs like eats it alive, and remember, assignments work really well in wholesaling, and that's the fundamentals of wholesaling. But the minute you have to fund it, close on it, pay all the costs, pay the realtors, all these people in, there's just that's 10 or 12% out the door. And when you're already struggling to get a 10% discount to begin with, that's going to be the challenge. Now, it's not going to be like this forever, but I don't know. I don't know if demand's ever going to wane in Phoenix. It's a popular place to live because the sun's always shining and people like it there. So people like it because of the affordability, but I think that's slowly starting to change in Phoenix. Like it's got to be getting more and more expensive there on the average price points. But you got to be careful in it because people think that real estate shoots up forever. It doesn't. Like I've been doing this 20 years, and trust me, it's been up more than it's down. But remember, wholesaling is not about if it's an up or down market. It's like, what can you get it today? The only way you can truly get good discounts is people have to have some sort of motivating factor. I'm here to tell you, people say all the time, like it's hard to find people with motivation. It's work. Florida, we have the same problem here. Like I think they should close Florida immediately if it was up to me, because it's like the traffic. Like we have the same problem you do, but
yeah,
yeah, Florida.
No,
Like
anything north of Palm Beach is fine.
Anyways, it just
are you going to buy a house in Indian Town?
No, but it's
keep there
going
open.
there.
Keep
So
it open. Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, they can move there, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
I get. How long have you been doing? How long you been working on this?
To be honest, maybe like 8 months or so.
Okay.
But I always had that idea since I'm always on the Facebook Marketplace and I see people putting assignments, way over the ARV, but it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, just be careful in people start trying to mix wholesaling and MLS. In my opinion, you're going in the realtor world. So I never got in this business to be a realtor. Honestly, probably be easier just get your realtor license if you're going to go that direction, because you're going to have to talk to realtors. You're going to have to deal with all that drama, inspections, appraisals. And that's what I love bypassing. But listen, I've already told you, wholesaling is easy. We just complicate the heck out of this business. I saw a comment earlier, like, how do you find a motivated seller? Here's the key is you have to be extremely consistent and persistent. And if you are, like I'm here to tell you, probates, I know you think it gets a lot of energy and stuff. Most people that start probates quit within 45 days. And I bank on that in Florida. I rely on that. I used to go, there's no way I'm going to get a deal. And honestly, I go 2 or 3 months without a probate deal, and then I get 2 or 3 because I just hang in there in the long run. Eventually, listen, how many cash buyers do you really think's out there? Like everybody thinks there's like 95% cash buyers. It's not easy for the average person to buy a house for all cash. And I know everybody thinks every hedge fund's buying everything. I don't even know what the numbers, you would know it. Like what?
28% are institutional.
Yeah. So
don't quote me on that. It used to be a third. It's like 20. It's going down, but it's not like Canada. In Canada, I think they banned foreigners from buying houses, which is kind of insane, but they don't have that here.
Yeah.
But it's getting there. And obviously you got a political season. That's going to be a new agenda, but I would do 50-50 approach. I tell everyone in Phoenix to do that. Try 50% in your market, 50% virtual. See what happens. You won't know until you test it out.
Guys, listen, if wholesaling was easy, everybody would do it,
Oh, everyone
and we
does
would
it.
not be talking about the opportunity.
Everyone does it. They just don't become
Yeah,
successful.
and let me tell you, here's a little secret. 20 years ago, you all think it was, oh, Rick, was so easy back then. Dude, it was a nightmare. Like, I didn't even know how to do it. Like, we didn't know how to do it. So we had to like figure most of the stuff out on our own. So which would you rather have? A sea of fish, but you got no fishing rod or hooks, or have the greatest boat in the world and the best fishing rods, but you can't find a fish? They both have their problems. I'm here to tell you, I want you to understand this. At the end of every piece of property owned is a human being.
Yep.
And that's all you're dealing with is the human mind and the emotion. You have to rise above what 95% of how other people think and do. And if you do it, you will be a successful wholesaler. If you don't want to go through that fight, I'm here to tell you the truth. It will be painful and it will hurt.
Yeah.
And you have to rise that mentality. I can't make people wholesale. I'm telling you, I am no different than you, Jonathan. I guarantee you, dude. I guarantee your scores are higher than mine in any scholastic activity. Mine were terrible. I was the worst student you could ever imagine. I couldn't pay attention in school. I was bad, man. Like I constantly, why are we learning this? How is this going to help me in the world?
Hey, you got your
And
finance
teachers
degree.
like, shut up, be quiet, Rick. And I got a finance degree just because I wanted to understand money. I thought it was the only value I would ever get out of college. And it took me 6 years to get that. And I'm quite proud of it. But it had no, like, I didn't wake up till I was 33 to figure out like how the world worked. And honestly, as hard as you think wholesaling is today, people can be saying the same thing in like 20 years. Like, Jonathan, remember back in 2022 when you had that opportunity when the economy, like everybody thought the economy was melting? You can't wait till a year till that data gets out. Real estate's the last one to the party, the last one to get hurt. Everything's emotion. Would you say people are kind of overpaying for properties right now because they assume the value is just going to keep going up?
I mean, yeah, here in Phoenix, it's completely
Yeah, I mean,
outrageous. Yeah.
Listen, you just don't fall into the trap of being a speculator, because that's a whole different world. And that's where it's very stressful because you got to deal with all the end stuff on it. So
I agree.
You got it. You got to be extremely persistent. And what's your why for doing wholesaling?
My why, it's kind of funny. So
Can't be funny.
I have a lot of really great family. They always help me out,
Okay.
money wise. Here and there. Especially my stepdaddy. He gave me money to start a business.
Okay.
It failed.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. But yeah, when they needed me, when they needed help, I couldn't afford it.
Okay.
I just didn't have the money. So I got into like wholesaling and whatnot just to be financially stable, to be able to help my family, just to be able to help them, because I
Okay.
felt, I felt completely horrible when I just couldn't do it. And I can't see myself, doing anything that can help them. Everything's just like a 9-to-5 job. Everything's just
Okay.
trying to make a dollar as a raise for a year. So I'm just
So
trying to.
Jonathan, what I want you to do is go back to work on your why, because you need real conviction on why you're doing
He's
this.
got a why.
No, I know, I got it. But like, I want you to replace the word stable.
Yeah.
Because stable is what the average person does. If you want to do wholesaling, you have to rise above it. You want to provide a lifestyle for your family that was never afforded to them, and you just want to make it spectacular. But get rid of the word stable, safe, try, and just find more empowering words, because it's a self-talk in your head and you want to go through it. Also, go back and then watch our pump up video, man. Just like, you got to get excited about this. You are going to get beat up on this journey. Have fun.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, there is no failures in life. It's a learning experience. I failed in a business before. It's terrible. But if I didn't fail in that business, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you with my son doing this. So your failure is a learning experience. I want you to learn the words you use are extremely powerful, because your self-talk is the most powerful influence on the outcome of your life. So just work on that. You got it. And just work on your conviction. I'm giving you, honest advice and feedback here, but You got it. Don't get into the don't be in the speculative market. I'd rather you much be a successful wholesaler.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Okay, bud. Let us
Take
know.
action, man.
Keep
You
going,
got
man.
this.
Go through all the videos at freewholesaling.com and just don't reinvent the wheel. Do what we do and put your spin on it. And God gave you a gift. I know you know what it is. What is it? What's your special gift? If I asked your kids, your mom, your girlfriend, your significant other, what is it? In 1 or 2 words.
It's pretty funny.
There you go. So
Yeah.
bring that out in wholesaling and you will feel really good about what you do.
Exactly.
No, well, yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to come to the live.
See,
I
John,
try to join all your
he's
lives.
picking up a step now and he's like,
Oh yeah. He's
okay,
looking
I
better.
can do this, man.
Because
I'm
you
no
can.
different than you, Jonathan. I promise you, except I'm not in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I think it's hotter over there sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like 100 degrees right now.
Dude, I'm melting that, but it's like a wet
Awesome.
hot in Florida. So
Awesome, man.
okay, bud. Have a good one, man.
Keep
Hey,
it
you
up.
too. Thank you.
Thanks. Boom. I love it. Love
That's
it.
good, man. Guys, you gotta have your why. You gotta have a strong belief, and I mean, you gotta feel it in your bones, man, because you will get your teeth kicked in this business. But it's fun. Like, I want you to do so much better than the average person. So you have to stop accepting what the average person takes and demand more from you. And wholesaling is going to require you to get rejected, put yourself out there, but the rewards are worth it. I promise you.
I agree. All right. So here we got
But
Joseph.
the rewards are worth it. I promise you. I agree. All right. So here we got
Yo.
Mom! Hey guys, can you hear me?
What's up?
Hey,
what's up, man?
Hey, so thanks.
Where's mom?
I got my
mom.
You
Hold
want
on.
I do.
I'm fine.
You shout for mom.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
She's
man.
cool.
What's up,
She
Joseph?
might help me. So I got this guy in Polk County, Florida. So she's off to the side. She's
It's
shy.
okay.
They want to see you, man.
Tell her we said
Over here.
hello.
Camera's over here. Just say
It's okay.
real quick. Just real quick.
She doesn't have to go on there,
my
but she
mom.
wants to talk.
Hi, guys.
Hi, mom. How you doing?
Fine.
Kill the volume on
I love to see the mom behind it, man. It just makes a difference.
Okay.
Tell her we said hello. Okay.
All right. What's up, man? How can I help you out?
I'm right here.
Hello.
Hi, mom. How you doing? I just try to make this show fun
Oh,
because
yeah.
this
Real,
stuff,
it's
sometimes you all get a little dry here.
Thank
Let's
you,
go
guys.
ahead. Let's see how we can help you out.
Okay.
What's going
So
on in
look.
Polk County?
Okay. Okay. So what we have is I have this in Polk County, Florida. It's in Indian Lake Estates. Or now I can hear you. Okay, wait. Can you guys
All right.
hear me right now?
Yep.
Yeah,
you're
we hear
good.
you fine.
Okay, now I can, okay, sorry. So this guy's got 7 properties, and I'm working on getting these things under contract because I reached out to Miranda Homes, building cash buyers, and I watched your part 3 videos on that, but I'm comping these things, and I'm not so quick with it. And the fact that he has 7 properties all within a 2-mile radius, and there's amenities in the area. These guys got good properties, and I want to get this under contract, flip it. Is my first deal. I started literally a few weeks ago. I did a mailing to Polk County, and for direct mail, I got 1 phone call, and it's this guy. He's got 7 properties.
Wow.
So I got lucky. Yeah, that's the only call I got from that area. I also mailed to other states, but I got 17 deals right now. People that call me that want to flip in the North Carolina area. One's in Texas, but either way, I'm getting myself too thin. But I want to focus on this one guy with the 7 properties because I feel like there's more negotiation or, bringing cash buyer to the table. Miranda Homes told me, hey, we have to look up the properties specifically. I told them they're all, in the same area. And so I have to get them under contract secure the deal so that I can then let them know what the actual addresses are so that I don't lose the deal. They don't go straight to the guy. But I'm comping these things, and sometimes it looks like the for sale is twice the amount of the solds. Sometimes the solds are right where the listings are at. Some are half of them are corner lots. It's all homogeneous area. Vegetation, it's a grid. I mean, you guys are familiar with Indian Lake Estates, that
Not
area?
the whole county. No, I mean, it'd be hard to memorize every county. So
Okay, all right, sorry. So that's anyways, I'm just literally building a ship as it flies, and it goes.
that's
And
the way to do it.
so I don't know if you guys can. I gotta do the dirty work. I know that I have to do my own work. It's just I'm really slow with this right now, and
So Joseph, let me give you some basic advice here, okay? Because I've been through this exact scenario. So you don't need to know everything. I'm just telling you, wholesaling is your whole deal is to solve someone's problem. So I'm going to give you the good news, bad news, okay?
Yeah.
Let me give you the bad news first. When owners own 4 or 5 or more properties, they're a little more advanced. Would you admit that, right? They're not going to be, and I mean that in a polite way, meaning they're looking at a return on their investment. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is get as much intel and let him or her do as much talking as possible, so you can identify what their true problem is. Remember, you just have to listen. Being a human being, finding out what their pain problem is. So whenever somebody presents you with a ton of properties, it has this instant feeling of overwhelming you, especially if it's your first deal. So here's my suggestion. I've been doing this 20 years. Whenever we get a lead comes in, my people guys, everyone gets super excited when they have a lot of properties. Simplify it.
Yeah.
Say, listen, if his name's Jack, whatever is Jack, give me your tired, your weak, your most difficult property. And let's just take a look at that. And if we can make that one work, we'll go in the grave detail and all the others. Just take down one. Because here's the problem is, if you spend all that energy trying to comp all those properties and try to look at them and do that, and he wants like a crazy price, he's wasting your time. And that's what you want to avoid.
So the taxes the same. They're all half acre, 1 acre. He has one where there's 3 half acres in a row. So it's at 1.5 acres on a row.
Yeah.
In a row. Then the other 4 are within a mile of each other from one side to the other. And then the tax, he paid $100 for all of them in 1995. He gets, I sent him a 8.5 by 11 direct mail piece. He told me that yesterday I talked to him. I've been staying in contact. I learned that from you guys, that when you go into title companies, keep in contact with your sellers so they come to the table. So I got that from you guys. I called him yesterday. I said, I'm still working on cash buyers. And the reality is I was just starting on that. I was really tripping up on getting it comped to even get the contract signed and reaching out to these builders. One guy, so the point is he knows what market value is. If you look at $12,000, if you take 85,000 divided by 7, you're looking at 12,000, a little bit more than that for each property on average. And these things are sold, 13,000, 15,000 for half acre pieces. Like literally the property right next door sold for asking price on February 5th. And it was for 13.5. So I'm looking at it if I make $1,000, which is not wholesaling, I heard your call just before mine. But if I can make $1,000 7 times and he gets 90% of market value, I get a deal closed. I see things to the finish line. I get 1,000 times 7 because the same work would go into it, I think, if I had one buyer. And then I make $7,000. I know it's not the same percentage. It's not wholesaling, but I just want to get a deal closed and make some money back so I can then invest in batch leads and all the marketing channels to get more I realize it's all about conversations. The more conversations you can have, whether your form of marketing is, you get these people calling you, and then you said rapport and all that afterwards. So I'm just kind of running really fast with this, trying to get it under contract so then I could then put it out in the marketplace. And
it's lots, not houses, right?
Yeah, they're vacant land lots, all of them.
Okay, so
they're all
listen,
buildable.
I'm all for whatever makes you money. So the only thing you got to look at when you start out is evaluating your risk. If you're not putting a ton of money into it, and you don't have to put a ton of time in it, and you can make that return, why not? The only thing I tell you is, maybe some lots you can squeeze a little bit more value out of it, but you're providing the guy a service. Just promise me you won't stay in like a realtor mode. Like take what you can get when you can get it.
Yeah.
But what are your suggestions? So guys, so in the event, say he had 7 houses, I would
Right.
always find the house that's vacant and most beat up. Because if you can take down the lowest price one, it kind of
All right.
sets your comps and your future
There's
pricing
2
and
ways
mentality.
to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. So there's 2
I can
ways
eat
to
it
do
all
it.
at once.
So either you put all the properties under contract at once for the lowest price and then sell it to a builder, or technically not a builder. Like it could be a cash buyer, depending on the properties, and then just go after it, right? Like I'm thinking about it because I sometimes get deals with like 7, 8 different type of lots, just vacant land in Florida.
Yeah.
And then we do that, and then we got like 8 houses.
Yeah.
If the rentals, obviously goes to a different buyer.
Right.
The perfect situation is you put a contract on each one and you get a different buyer for each one and then get the bonus for it, but you don't have a lot of time on your hands. So your best scenario is to find a mega buyer in Polk County, which is pretty easy to do if you actually put the effort into it, and sell the entire deal to them. That would be my suggestion. You lock up that deal for the lowest price. Is it locked up yet?
No, I haven't sent the contract over because
Where does he live?
I'm doing the actual comps on sold and listed prices to see what each one is worth. They're all this whole entire area is the same value they're all 0.5 or 0.55 acres. This whole 4 square mile area, and you'll have like a house, then 7 lots, then another house, 7 lots. It's a grid. It's all paved streets, so it's totally buildable. And there's
They're all lots. Are any of them like built houses?
Yeah, there's houses in the area. Like you'll have like 5 lots, land lots, then a house. Then
I'm talking about this guy, this deal. How many houses and how much?
They're all 7 lots or land.
Yeah,
They're all land. So
yeah, 30% of the area is houses. The other 70% is land lots.
Where does the guy live?
He lives in I don't.
It's the state.
I don't know where. I don't have it in front of me right now.
Yeah, is he local?
I'll find out right now.
Yeah.
Just go on there.
Yeah, take your time.
All right, hold on real quick.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what I'm going to say here is you got to find one mega buyer if they're all lots and sell it to him, right? Like it's not a house, because a house, it's one at a time, right?
Yeah.
This one, you got to lock it all up and sell it to a buyer. And
Joseph, you got to make sure that you don't talk to anyone until you have them under contract, because
right, that's what I'm trying to get.
They will cut you out so fast they won't even.
Right.
You'll give them a free lead and you'll point them towards the
yeah,
goal.
exactly.
So,
That's why I talked to Miranda Holmes this morning, and I told the guy, because I got this from you guys, that you guys said you guys can see me and hear me right now, right?
no, we see you.
Okay.
yeah,
So I'm looking at the Preforeclosures County appraiser site.
yeah, actually, don't tell me where. You got to give me the state. Don't give me the name of it. I don't want people reverse engineering this. Actually, you just tell me if it's out of state or within an hour. The only thing I'm asking is if you can go meet the guy in person and lock it up.
I live in California. I live in California.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So I did a direct mail for the county to all the out of state owners, and then
yeah, you're gonna have to.
He was only on my list once. He got 1 letter from me, but then when he called me back, he had that many properties in the same area.
You're gonna have to lock this thing up at ASAP.
Huh?
You're not. I mean, you can comp it, but you have till tonight to comp it. You need to lock it up tomorrow or within the next couple days.
Right.
At the end of the day, man, I don't know how much this thing's gonna sell for. You really even I can't figure it out. The only way you're gonna know how much it sells for is when you give it to a cash buyer and they give you a price.
Right.
You're gonna have to negotiate the lowest you can and go from there. Yeah. My best guess is, hey, my partner Rick, you can say this. We give you permission. Was looking at. He said he wanted to buy it around bleep price. That price is going to be 60 or 70% of. That is going to be a 70% of your lowest uncomfortable number. You got to get more
60 to 70% of the lowest comp number.
No, of the lowest comfortable number you would ever offer the guy.
You just ask, because if you don't ask,
you got to ask.
You're not going to get it, because the worst case scenario, you can pay what you need to make that
At the end
$1,000
of the day,
spread.
you're gonna have to guess to a point.
Yeah.
Have an educated guess, but just mention that your partner was looking and he was thinking around X price. Not an offer. That's a trial close, and see what he says. You just gotta lock it up for
Oh,
the
I
lowest.
see. Yeah, blame it on the third party, like you guys were saying yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joseph, the point here is you're gonna have to just lock it up as soon as you can for the lowest you can because you don't have much time, and then bid it up.
And
That's
get it
all
out
you
there.
can do.
Yeah.
This could be $100,000 deal. This could be a $5,000 deal. You're not going to know till you go to the buyer. So
Right.
that is where, that's
So
my
just
goal. You have
lock it
it's a 72-hour rule. By Monday evening, you got to get this thing locked up.
So lock it up, put earnest money deposit down. I found a title company that will work with me virtually.
Beautiful.
So get the contract, the 7 contracts signed, send them to the title, put like an earnest money deposit in, write it out to see if I find a cash buyer. If the time period expires without a buyer, but you can see the effort in it, then just let them move on to the next one, right?
And you learn.
Kiss that money
Well,
goodbye,
I put
right?
45 to 60 days on this one, just because.
And you can
You
get
can.
away a lot more with land because sometimes
Yeah.
you got to test.
I want a 6-month option period. I want to do an option.
I think that's
6
going to be a
months
little
is pushing
aggressive.
it, but you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I want you to include this though, because your buyers, the seller's going to be freaking out over you while you're putting a long inspection period. All this, hey, this is what we're good for, but he needs to go out and actually look at it in person. I'm the California guy. He's the Florida dude. He wants to go look at. I'm making the decisions here, but he wants to go like, we're old school type guys. He wants to go in there actually look at it.
Right.
This is what I like to say sometimes the land. He's old school. He likes to stomp on it, do his little thing before he builds. And
Right.
then, but it shows that the guy has to actually go there. And it gives you an out, more or less. The guy didn't like it. So that's what I do. You only have 72 hours because there's going to be the amount of people that cold call properties like that. It's amazing. So
He told me yesterday he got 5 letters in the mail yesterday. And I asked him, why'd you call mine? If because I've talked to this guy 3 times in the past 2 weeks, and I'm just slow with getting everything done. I literally just started that. I'm teaching myself everything, and I don't even know what to teach myself. But
all right, 2 weeks. We've been talking to this guy for 2 weeks. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have to get off the phone, talk to this guy, and you're gonna have to explain, hey, me and my partner, we've talked about it. We're ready to make a decision. Are you ready to make a decision on selling the property? Yes or no?
He's ready right now. He just gave me the price that he wants for all of them. In the first call, and then so now I have that number, but I'm looking at all of them to realize what's the spread on me even getting involved, right?
All right, we're gonna do this, okay? You are going to call him and give him a very uncomfortable number that's uncomfortable for you. What was his general vicinity of what he wanted?
What he told me was this. He goes, I don't have to sell him. I don't want to. I want 85 for him. He's like, there's like, so basically if I put it on I have a buyer, he's basically not worried about selling them. He says he calls all 5 letters back. He goes, I'm the only person that answers the phone when he calls. He calls the other letters. It goes to voicemail. And he goes, why would you do marketing and not answer your own calls? So the fact that I answered the call and called the guy back, he goes, he's talking to me. And yesterday you said this, and I love it. You said, I know you don't need to sell, but you want to sell, because he wouldn't be wasting his time talking.
I've been going through this all this week. So that's a reverse psychology move on someone that there are people that don't have to sell, but
he's going to think you're wasting your time if you're not going to. Go ahead.
No, I agree with it. So Joseph, you're just going to have to dance with them. You are going to take a risk here. Welcome to wholesaling.
Right.
And worst case scenario, you're going to learn from it. And just don't overthink it. 2 weeks is too long. I know you just got started and you're way ahead of a lot of people, but honestly, you don't need 6 months of education to do this. Like, this is common sense. You're buying a widget for X amount of price. You're selling it for it. Don't complicate it.
Mm-hmm.
I get away with more on dirt because they're like, well, why would you take so long? Because people think, it's cash and moves fast.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to make sure there's like no, so in Florida, we have like gopher tortoises. If they nest on there, they legally can't build on the property, and every property wants to protect it. The fill on the lot, is it swampland? We just got to do some basic testing, and everybody's backed up. So most buyers, I'm going to be brutally honest, they're probably not going to go past 30 or 45 days. But since he's been sitting on them so long, like, maybe he's open to it. So I would give him an offer where he's going to reject it first, and then you can at least counter it. because
Right.
I want you to make more money on the deal. I don't
No,
care
I
if
know,
it's
me too. I know. I mean, so it's rare to get. Basically, I called a real estate agent yesterday. I had him send me for the past 6 months everything that's sold in that exact area, and then I have also the pending ones that he sent me. So I'm going through those listings from the MLS now that I don't have access to, but I do because he sent me the actual email. So I got a map. I drew it out today. I put all 7 where the squares are at. Now I'm putting all the comps on there to see what they sold for and the date and the proximity to the land. Then I'm going to just assess the numbers and be like, okay, look, I'm going to offer them this much for this one, add them all up. And like you said, just go for no, and then blame it on a third party saying, look, I've had an investor. He's looking at it. He needs 45 days, but here's the number he gave me.
He's not your investor. He's your partner.
Your partner.
Your partner.
You
Make sure
don't
you
want to
say
tell him
partner.
that because he's going to well, then just give me his number and I'll go around you.
So, Joseph.
Well, yeah, okay.
You have to take out, do something, make it very uncomfortable. He said 85.
Yeah.
I would just say 50. I 50 or like whatever you're kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Or 40. Like it doesn't matter. Just say he was at that.
Yeah.
And then he might blow up on you, but that's just what your partner said, and you make the decision. And then he might be like, oh, no way, 50. And then you're going to come back and say, hey, I'm the one who makes the decision. Like, obviously that's too low. I get it. Because he might blow up, or he might be like, that might work. So you never know what way he's going to go. You're going to have to.
Right. Because he said 85. It might be 75, in the very end.
You never know. But just say this, hey, Mr. Seller, what is it going to take for you and me? We've been talking for a little bit.
Right.
What makes it enough so we can just get this done today? Like, I'm kind of busy. I'm dealing with multiple properties I'm looking at. What works?
All right.
And then cut to the chase.
Yeah, you got it, dude.
You're gonna have to call, man. Like it's getting late on East Coast time, dude.
And not every deal works out, but you have to go through enough deals. You're either gonna get a deal or you're gonna learn from it, dude. I got rejected on like plenty of them. Like you're fine.
Take action, man. That's it.
Action over constant evaluation and education, but you can't do action without learning it too. So I'd rather you do it this way because this is how you learn. Like you're going to burn this into your nervous system by the time you're done with it, and you're going to have a powerful story. And this is, guys, it's about the journey in wholesaling. So many people think, hey, if I pay someone, I can skip the journey. You ain't skipping the journey, man. The journey's, you have to endure it. If you want to climb Mount Everest, you can pay a guy $1 million to take you up there. You still got to go through it. So you're on the right course. Keep doing what you do. It's a little bit scary. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. Welcome to wholesaling, because once you get through it, you're going to get stronger. Look at Corey. I mean, he's up to like 14 deals, and he just started, and all he did was take action. One step led to the next one. He might lead you to somebody else, maybe another deal, even if it doesn't work out. So you're in the right area. The only risk is you doing nothing. That's the worst one of them all.
Mm-hmm.
So take action,
right,
man.
You got it, man. Tell mom.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. All
okay,
right.
buddy. See you, man. Oh my God, the mom thing. That's fun, man. See, more moms should interject.
What's up, guys?
What's up? How are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm blessed,
Awesome, man.
What's up? How can I help you out?
Sounds good. So I had a couple questions. I know you guys had garage sales on one of the lists for top 10. I think moving sales would be good too, but my only question is, would they not have already sold the property or have something in the pipeline?
Garage sales? No.
For like moving sales, which kind of applies to garage sales too.
sales.
That was the question. Like, would they be good as well?
Probably not.
Well, a moving sale is going to be more direct of the homeowner.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's a rental, but like
they're okay. But like garage
we don't
sales,
scream about it. Estate sale, they're
estate
decent.
sales okay.
They're better.
If you guys want to attack estate sales, honestly, you can go out and you can Google estate sales in your area and find companies that offer that service. Just stay out of the actual estate sale business. So many people in wholesaling get involved in that, and it will take you away from wholesaling. So estate ones are very well. Moving sales are okay, but like a lot of times they already have the property listed, and if they're not call it a moving sale, they're not as attractive. The idea is find garage sales and cross-reference them with absentee owners, and those are the absolute best garage sales you can go after, because it's usually the best opportunity, because whenever there's turnover in the tenant, there's opportunity. And listen, most of the tenants tear up their property, and if you can help them out and beat any other wholesaler or realtor to the deal, you typically have the upper leg on the deal. That's why we recommend those.
They're not on the list for a reason.
Gotcha. Appreciate that. Also, so I'm trying a virtual area about like 50 miles south of you guys. I know you said you did a deal there before. I asked for the water shutoff list. The county's trying to charge like $37.50 for it. $37.50 is I mean, so it would $37.50 be like worth? I know it's like
the manager.
No, I did email them and I asked how big the list was, but
Did
I
you
did
call?
not.
Did you call?
No, I emailed.
Bro, you gotta call.
Yeah, you
They
gotta,
have
you gotta
a-
talk to
You gotta
people.
call, man.
I don't know. They had to like. They told me to email because I don't know if they didn't have a number on their website.
It's
or
easy to
something, but
reject
it has
people
to-
over email, man.
Yeah.
It had to go through like their request portal or something like that. They have like a specific area on the website that they.
I'll get their
Is
phone
it
number
is
for
it
you.
easier to break up with someone via email or
Why are you
call
always
them?
bringing this up?
I'm just saying, like this generation, like these days, it's like, guys, you got to talk to people. I love texting, I love email and stuff like that, but
561-493-6000.
they only got 3 stars too on the reviews.
Shocker.
I
Let
wonder
me say it
why.
one more time, man.
I
561-493-6000.
think everybody calling that department.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll
You
make
got
sure.
it,
to give
man.
them-
And guys, worst case scenario, if you've called and you've exhausted it, they charge you $37. I don't know. Did they tell you how big the list was?
No,
tell
they
you why
didn't
they're
get back to
charging?
me yet.
You need to call. You are shocked what you can find out when you actually call or speak to a manager.
Oh man, they will give you the dirt on everything.
So do it, man.
Gotcha. I'll make sure to do that tomorrow. Okay, and I know you guys you normally say 50-50 for like physical and virtual marketing, but my physical market is Illinois, so you know how the laws are here. And even if I did manage to get the one deal, I can't really see people who would be buying in the area because the lists themselves are relatively smaller. Like
Do I need to
there's
pull up the PropStream? I had somebody come to me. He lives in, I think he's on here. He lives in Lynchburg, Virginia. He said there's no cash buyers here, and I popped up 20 people that flipped houses within the month there. What county are you in Illinois?
DuPage.
DuPage?
Yeah.
DuPage County. There's 926,000 people in this population. Do you think I'm going to be able to find people buying houses? if
Yeah,
a million
but
people living there.
also I don't know, the lists in general are smaller for the towns. Like even the bigger towns have smaller lists. There's just like less vacant properties, there's really less everything.
You want to make a bet I can find 15 cash buyers this month there?
If we were to make this bet, how much would I owe you?
You taking action.
I mean, yeah, I could give that to you.
Jesus, man. I'm telling you right now, if there's a million people living in a place, there's going to be people buying properties for cash. And there's rentals. Dude, just call the 4 rents in DuPage County, man. Those are landlords. What?
I didn't think of that. I should be doing that. I also
You
live near Cook County, and I know Cook County is also a very big population. It includes the
Biggest
city of
county in the
Chicago.
United States.
Cook County, really?
Cook County, yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Cook County, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let's go to, honestly, I'll sweeten the pot. Let's do flippers. All right, let's pop it up here. And we'll do a really easy one. Most of them are gonna be in Naperville. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, Naperville. So, 608 South Washington Street. Somebody bought the property for cash. For boop 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 boop. Transfer titles. That's weird. Looks like he bought it for. I gotta look at the thing. Oh no, that's
an entire
multifamily.
building. Yeah.
That's a, let's see which one the listing date. You might have done this one. Let's see. 350 MLS. So this guy bought for 350, threw on the MLS for 400, actively on the market, 306 South Summit Street, Wheaton, Illinois.
Okay, nice.
Alfred Lawrence. Contact that guy.
Gotcha, man. Appreciate it. Also, so yeah, I told you I'm doing virtual in Florida. I know Corey was on here talking about the SMS text blast laws as well. Now, I did ask somebody else who lives in Florida and does marketing there, but I know that there's been, talks of people saying, oh yeah, people say they'll sue, people say they'll do this, TCPA, do not call list. I mean, would you guys like actively pay attention to this, especially in Florida, or would you just go all out really?
I'm not breaking any law texting.
That's the thing.
I like showed the TCPA law on Monday.
Yeah, that's the thing. I know it's like it's the law against telemarketers, but we're not selling anything, so I don't think.
I the definition of telemarketing, man.
Yeah. All right. And so I had a lead about a month and a half ago. I contacted them because I saw them on the pre-foreclosure list, and they said, yeah, it would take an exuberant amount of money to get me to sell. We want 1.8 at the minimum. And so I checked up a couple weeks later, and I see it's on Zillow under the pre-foreclosure for 1.1, close to 1.2. Now I did know that the seller that said their husband was an agent, and if they did sell, they would go through him. Now, what would you guys recommend doing? Because now that they've gotten into the later stage of pre-foreclosure, I know they're a lot more urgent to sell, and obviously they're nowhere near that 1.8 mil that they told me. I believe I could get them down lower.
Freeholstein.com has the pre-foreclosure guide.
Okay.
Is there an auction date already?
If there is, I haven't been able to find it.
Okay, you can probably still salvage it.
You gotta beat
until there's the auction date. You're fine.
Yeah. Once they set a hard auction date, it's painful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not undoable, but it takes a very advanced skill set, and usually got to involve a lawyer, and you're going to put money at risk. And it's an advanced strategy. I don't want people to go there. Like, you got to try to catch them as soon as you can in any type of foreclosure situation. That's why we hark on trying to get in that first 90 to 120 days of them, because you have an opportunity. Because remember, they're not paying that entire time, and it just racks up. So a lot of time they get to the end, they go, oh, I'm ready to take action. I procrastinated. They're no longer in control of the price. Like, a lot of times they owe more than the property's worth, and it doesn't even make sense. So sooner you can catch them, the better.
Okay, yeah, because I look at the county list, and I text it every day, and I call it like a couple weeks later it's basically I stay on top of it, and I contacted them about a month and a half ago. They listed it about, at this point, it says 29 days ago on Zillow, and they listed it exactly at the Zestimate. So we all know that the sellers love their estimates and all that stuff. All the houses in the neighborhood are anywhere from like 1 mil to about 1.3. And it's a newer construction. It's a very new house in general. So while I do believe I could try to knock the price down just due to their circumstance, I don't know. Obviously, there's buyers. This county is crazy populated. Of course, Florida market's insane. But would it be significantly harder to find a buyer for a more expensive property like that and a newer construction like that, or is it just going to be the exact same thing?
Bro, I've never told anyone to virtually wholesale in Palm Beach County. I don't think I've ever told anyone. I've done deals, but I'm telling you, when I lock up a 70, 80K deal in Palm Beach County, we go in person. And we have very, very, the criteria we have in Palm Beach is very tight. Or it's a little like 40, 50,000. So I guarantee you're not even in any of those properties, because I lived there my entire life, right? So I've never recommended Palm Beach, man.
That sucks to hear.
There's always a buyer in Palm Beach, easily.
Oh yeah,
but I mean, yeah, there's always a buyer. It's just hard to find the deal there.
It's not the easiest. It's just a lot of old money, and it is what it is. I mean, it's
man. There's gonna be a buyer, dude, if you get it locked up. But there's a lot of people going after pre-foreclosures there.
Yeah,
trust me, I know that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else. So what would both of you guys do? Like $1,000 marketing, starting fresh. What would you guys do virtually?
Virtually, I would find a licensed agent to wholesale with that probably turned 18, go 50-50 in Illinois till he got a license, and drill for dollars.
Okay, Rick.
I mean, it's right on.
You're in a great market, dude.
Yeah.
I just, the whole license thing, get your first deal, use that, and get licensed. It's the only state
that's what I'm planning on doing. Yeah.
Just get through it. Remember,
just do your one deal, man. Like, why you're in DuPage County, man?
Hey, man, it's a struggle. I'm struggling.
The struggle is so much less
locally
than it is virtually.
Dude, Palm Beach, man, I'm in that market. I'm just telling you, it's a dogfight. We're locally on the ground with boots, and I'm telling you, it's
I
a
gotta
dog
go
fight.
against everyone virtually. everyone's running away from Illinois because they're too scared to get licensed.
Actually,
I don't like getting licensed, but that's the one state you probably should.
That's the one. Just move on. Like, listen, they're going to teach you how to be a realtor. Just kind of get through it. Like,
get a first deal. Get your first deal.
Get through it like I got through high school and college.
Get your first deal and
it.
then use that money. You're fine.
Yeah, but don't let it scare you away. Like, that's the purpose of it.
No, we
Think
like
opposite. Like, okay, now I have a monopoly if I decide to do it this way. Just
median sales price 388. That's easy. That's a good market. A little higher, but that's still amazing.
I mean, I don't want them to pass a license for like every state, but honestly, here's how I look at it. If they dropped it here in Florida, I don't like it. I don't like it, but like it would never scare me away.
No, we never scare. I mean, the way they do the laws, you just double close or do whatever. You can't double close in Illinois, but there's ways around it, man.
Yeah.
Like do your research. But I would just do your first deal in Illinois, man. There's nothing to be scared of. I don't. The
local's always easier. Like it's just physically
people are
less
running
taxing.
away from Illinois, man. People are running away. It's a huge state, man.
Yeah, I know. There's way less competition here. And I don't know. I've just been scared of the fact that I feel like there's significantly less people, so there would be a lot less buyers.
925,000 people living in your county.
That's a lot of people, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Correct.
Remember, your wholesaling
county
is selling today. You're not worrying about 3 years down the road.
Dude, your county is 3 times the size as mine.
Okay, that's a big difference. Wow. And I know you guys succeed in that county too.
Why are you scared of that? And we're doing 7 to 10 deals a month in that county, and then the county north of that, and the county south of that, and then Palm Beach.
All right, thanks guys, appreciate it. That's all I had for now. I know you guys got to go watch the Heat in like half an hour here, so I'll head off and let anybody else come on if they want to. But you guys have a good one. Thank you.
All right, man, get after it.
Gotta watch the Jimmy Bucket show.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, like a lot of people have a limiting mindset. It's a great market.
Well, all these people are teaching them out there, like, oh, yeah, watch out the regulation or join my team and we'll solve all the problems for you guys. Listen, take your own action and make your own decisions. You do not need a savior in wholesaling. You guys know how that works out. Be independent, figure out how to do it yourself and get past the obstacle and move on. Don't make it like this giant production, ask people 1,000 questions. They're putting that hurdle in front of you to discourage you. Jump over it. Just do it the right way.
I agree. I'll mention one thing before we got to hop off. Chris says, I heard that brokers don't want to sponsor a realtor who is a wholesaler. This is an ethical thing. Let me tell you one thing. So some brokers don't want to sponsor you. I get it. I completely get it, right?
Yeah.
Here's the one thing. Every guru and their mom, what is the one thing, I'm just going to mention this. What is the one thing that we said 4 or 5 months ago that every guru is going to do that's pushing licensing? We said they're all going to make their own little brokerage and try to upcharge you like crazy and make you money. 5 months later, every guru has done that. Have we? We have stayed true to our morals, and we've stayed true to what we say always happens. And said these gurus are going to make their own little brokerage. They're going to upcharge you, get a percentage of your wholesale fee, and try to make money off of you. And there's at least 5 gurus I know that are doing that right now. Probably going up more.
Well, here's the game plan. It's not about like getting. They
Be
don't
careful
really
with those brokerages
Yeah.
though, because they're upcharging you an insane amount.
You're never going to know what it's going to cost you until you're through it a year or two. And most of them, you know where the real money is in for them. Like, listen, it's like a really good business model. It's just I couldn't do it because it really has nothing to do with wholesaling. It's being treated just like a multi-level networking. Like every time someone signs up, they get paid. They get paid. So if you go out and recruit 5 more people, they get paid every time, between $100 and $500 a pop.
But when they take a percentage of your fees, if it's insane,
and then you got to find out the commissions rate. So it's usually you're paying 15 to 20% of your commissions. I don't know if it includes wholesaling fees. And then once you reach like 80 or 100 or 120,000, then you get 100% commissions. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm not a realtor, so I'm never going to hit 100% commissions. So a lot of times you're paying the upfront fee, which is basically their MLM fee. And then you're going to pay a percentage, a transaction fee. And then, 15 to 20% of like, say you do get a listing, a commission, they get that. Honestly, I'm here to let me save you all this. Go do a flat, go find someone that will work with you and do it and just tell them and be honest what you're doing. It might take you 20 or 30 phone calls. You'll find someone local in your area that understand what you're doing. There's so many things they're skipping over. What about errors and omissions insurance? What about reporting of paperwork? What about like audits of your
Getting your
files?
fee stolen from the board. I can just I go on forever, guys.
It is a great business plan, though. But like the problem is we're presenting products and services, and the idea is, but if you're creating the problem, like a lot of fear, like if you're ever going to have like a group that's going to save you from wholesaling,
Yeah, we won't
it
get
just
into it
makes
too
no
much.
sense, guys. Listen, if you're a wholesaler, we are independent people. It's like suddenly we're just going to like form a union and like solve this all together. Like honestly, you have to take care of yourself first. You have to find out your laws and communicate, find out what you can do, and don't let them discourage you. And don't feel like I have to do this service because
And we're not talking about one person.
no,
Like, we're not going after
everybody's doing it. It's
everyone's
not
doing
that.
the join my brokerage thing. So
But I'm telling you, in my opinion, you can find some like flat listing services and stuff like that. They'll take your money. They charge you maybe $400 or $500 a listing. It might be cheaper just to do it that way. But like here's the problem. You got to get this. If you decide to get a license, you have to park it somewhere. And remember, guys, we are wholesalers as nature. So the last thing I want is a wholesaler to run a brokerage. It is hard. It is a lot of work. And when you need help with that, are you going to get help from a wholesaler or a real estate agent or a broker? I don't know. Like, that's why I don't sell software. I don't like do things. I am a wholesaler in nature. I do real estate investing. Everything else, in my opinion, is a distraction.
exactly. So guys, if you want to hop on, talk to us. It's hard to get everyone on because of the amount of people we have, but we do 3 days, first come, first serve, obviously on this. So guys,
And I'm going to be on tomorrow.
he'll be on tomorrow at 5. If you want to join and get the link to hop on with Rick tomorrow, remember earlier on, the better chance to get on to talk to us, go here, Wholesaling Houses for Real, Facebook group, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay away from the gurus. Smash that like button, subscribe, and freewholesaling.com. Thanks, guys.